My dream casting for the Twisted series Girls Edition. I think everyone now knows that the Twisted series is being turned into a TV show by Netflix. Let's start with Ava. My first pick would be Ashley Liao. She's Chinese American and she's just giving the sunshine vibes. She hasn't been in a whole lot. Her main acting role was in The Hunger Games. I can definitely see it. My next pick would be Li Fei, who is also Chinese American, just like Ava. Her breakout role was in Mulan, and I haven't really seen her in anything else since. I think she'd be a really good pick. And then my last pick, if we weren't going for someone that was Chinese American, would be Arden Cho. I absolutely loved her in Partner Track, and I'm absolutely gutted that Netflix cancelled it. And she was also in Teen Wolf. I can definitely see her as Ava. Next we have Bridget. When you think of Bridget, you think regal, you think elegant, you think queen. My immediate thought is probably the most unrealistic because she's already in a big Netflix show. Hannah Dodd, who is currently in Bridgerton. I don't think it's actually feasible for her to be in both, but I think she would be perfect. My next pick would be Jessica Alexander, best known for her role in The Little Mermaid when she played Vanessa. Also Fallen, which is an adaptation of a book by Lauren Kate. How did I not know about this? I loved this book so much when I read it. I need to find a way to watch this immediately. And is it worth watching if you've seen it? My last pick would be Bella Padares. She was in Ashley Garcia. She definitely fits the image of Bridget I have in my head. I also had Breck Bassinger, who was in Bella and the Bulldogs. But she's definitely a lot shorter than Bridget is described. But the eye colour and hair is perfect. Next we have everyone's favourite redhead, Jules. My first pick was Madeleine Pesch, best known for Riverdale. She would absolutely bring the sass and the energy needed for Jules. I can hear you screaming at me that she does not fit the body type for Jules, because Jules is described as being like Jessica Rabbit. So then I thought Natalie Allen Lind. She probably fits the description a little bit better, and just picture her with red hair. I think she could match the personality of Jules pretty well. I've also heard people say Daniel Rose Russell or Ariel Winter, but I'm not too sure. This will definitely be the hardest to cast. Last but definitely not least is Stella. My pick for Stella would be Ella Balinski, best known for her role in Charlie's Angels. She's 5'11", so she's definitely got the height to play Stella, being as Stella is a model. Stella's eyes are green, but she could wear contacts. I just think she fits Stella perfectly. My next pick would be Bailey Bass, who is best known for being an Avatar, but she is only 5'5", so she doesn't quite match the height. Her eyes and hair definitely fit. And then my last pick for Stella would be Taylor Rose Russell. Height again doesn't match because she's only 5'4". Looks wise, I can see it. My actual last unrealistic pick was Zendaya. She's got the looks and the model height, and we know she can act. Virgin River and Bridgerton are both books that have been adapted by Netflix, and the casting for both of them has been perfect. And I think the main reason for that is because A-list celebs were completely left out of it. That's also why I think The Summer I Turned Pretty works so well. I know that's Amazon Prime, but you get what I mean. I think we definitely need lesser known actors or just someone completely unknown. I have faith in Netflix not to mess this up. I was also thinking of the casting for the men of the Twisted series, and it was so much harder than the girls. Especially when you have such a vivid picture of them in your head, it makes it way harder. And I think we all have unrealistic expectations when it comes to them. I know I do. This was way harder than the girls. I think we all have a vivid picture in our heads of what they should look like, and that's probably a little unrealistic for actual real men, but I gave it a go anyway. So my pick for Alex Volkov, and I'm pretty happy about this, is Matthew Daddario. He's best known for being in The Shadowhunters. Looks-wise, perfection. A young Ian Somerhalder would have been perfect. I was also going to say Thomas Doherty, but I actually think he'd make a good Vuk Markovic, who is going to be in King of Envy, if we ever got a Kings of Sin series. If you've seen him in The Invitation or the originals, you know what I mean. He's got the scary but hot thing down. Next is Rhys. This was probably the hardest one for me. I know I said no A-list celebs and to go for less known actors, and that would actually be way better, but let's go for the unrealistic one first because it's by far my favourite. Aaron Taylor-Johnson. Listen, he is not as tall, but he has the physique. I mean, look at these pictures. Did you see Bullet Train? A man. I honestly just think he fits Rhys Larsen so well. I really do think he could give that energy. I could totally imagine him breaking a plant pot out of jealousy. Another unrealistic one is David Corenswet. Guys, he is 6'4", which is so close to Rhys's height at 6'5", and he's been bulking up for Superman, so he would be perfect bodyguard material. But he is going to be the next Superman, so his popularity is going to go vroom. And if you don't speak in sound effects, his popularity is about to skyrocket, and he just looks so much like Henry Cavill. Which brings me on to my next pick, Henry Cavill. I don't even need to explain why he would be perfect for this role, but he is a little bit older than Rhys, and he is probably too high profile for this. But speaking of perfect bodyguards, Richard Madden, he literally played a bodyguard in Bodyguard. He's already got that broody bodyguard thing. He doesn't have the height though. Honestly, this is such a hard one. Next we have Josh. And my pick would be Alex Landy. Grey's Anatomy fans will know who this is. We already know that he can play a doctor. I can definitely see this. My other pick was Charles Melton, best known for his role in Riverdale. Both of these actors aren't actually Chinese American though, they're Korean, but they're the best that I could come up with. Last but not least, we have Christian Harper. This was the hardest, I think. I really couldn't think of many people for him. I went with Ryan Guzman. I remember him from Pretty Little Liars. The height and colouring definitely works. I don't love it, but it's all I have. I had so many options for the girls and the boys was so hard. Also, Dante Russo and Asher Donovan will be making cameos in Twisted Hate and Twisted Lies. I haven't really thought about casting for them and I just can't really think of anyone at the minute, so I need to know who you guys are thinking. I really do think lesser known or up and coming actors are going to work best for this cast. I think as lovers of this series, we have such high expectations. With an A-list celeb, we potentially already see them as someone else and we can't get that image out of our head. You know what? The casting for Bridgerton was so good. So I have faith and a whole lot of hope that Netflix can deliver again.